Hi, Mitch Jackson, Jackson & Wilson, www.jacksonwilson.com. You're a victim of a catastrophic injury or someone close to you in your family tragically died because of somebody else's negligent or intentional wrongful conduct. Are you entitled to compensation for pain and suffering? The answer to your question is yes and no. Yes, if you're a victim of personal injury, if you're the person that experienced the catastrophic loss, something terrible happened to you, you're severely injured because of it, both physically or emotionally, you are entitled to compensation for pain and suffering. And there are many different ways of calculating what that pain and suffering might be. A good trial lawyer can effectively share with the jury your past pain and suffering and your future pain and suffering. There are many different ways of going about it, but that's one of the areas in the law where a good trial attorney can maximize the compensation you're entitled to under California law for your pain and suffering. So keep that in mind. You're absolutely entitled to reasonable compensation for pain and suffering. Now, with respect to a wrongful death case, if a loved one dies because of someone else's wrongful conduct, whether it's negligent or intentional, you may have a wrongful death claim against the responsible party. Depends on whether or not you're what's considered an heir here in the state of California. But if you have standing to pursue a wrongful death claim, you're generally not entitled to compensation for pain and suffering, believe it or not. The California state legislature, the California case law, long ago held that a wrongful death claimant is not entitled to compensation for pain and suffering. Now, what you are entitled to is compensation for loss of love, society, and affection. You're entitled to compensation, both past and future, for the loss of that relationship with the person that was wrongfully killed. In many ways, it's kind of the same thing. When we're trying these cases in front of juries, I got to be honest with you, many of the arguments I use on a catastrophic injury case, I'll also use in a wrongful death case to maximize my client's damages in front of a jury on a wrongful death case. They are different, but when it all comes down to it, I think a jury understands that when a husband loses a wife or children lose a father or vice versa, there's a loss there. And the key is to effectively discuss with either an arbitrator during arbitration, a mediator during a mediation, or a jury during a jury trial. There are ways to share that loss with these individuals in order to maximize the damages that you're entitled to under California law. So I hope you found this interesting. This is one of the few areas that a good lawyer can substantially maximize the value of any settlement or verdict in a case. It's an area where when you bring a good lawyer into your case, they're experienced, they've dealt with these issues before, they know what arguments to make, they're going to be able to maximize the compensation that you're entitled to for the pain and suffering or for the loss of a loved one in a wrongful death or catastrophic injury case. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, give us a call. Our contact information is at our website at www.jacksonwilson.com. Have a great day, and remember to make today your masterpiece and remind your family and friends to do the same.